Okay, let me know when it starts and I can do an intro.
Yeah, it started.
Oh, hi, it's Chatty Abby. I'm here with my brother, my baby brother, Kitrin. Hi, Kitrin.
Hey, Abby.
Oh, we've been sick like all month. Like we're so sick again today, and like everybody I know is sick too. Have you been sick at all this month?
I have not been sick.
You haven't? What about your roommates?
Um, well, actually, I did get sick earlier this month. Now that I think about it more, um, I got sick actually this last week. So like last week, not this last
What'd
week,
you have?
like 2 weeks ago. I don't know. I just had like a cough, and it was
Tried a
like
cough?
hard to breathe, which is
Mm.
weird because I was around people that were sick that were throwing up, and then
You
I
didn't
didn't
get
get that for
that?
some reason.
Yeah, because my kids all had fevers 2 days ago. And like just like really like nothing to be like hospitalized or something, like a low grade fever and just like achy and just whiny. And then we
Yeah.
got through that, feeling better. They both started throwing up. So
Mhm.
I was throwing up on earlier today, and then
Yeah, that sucks.
so and then like I don't know, I just feel like everybody I know right now has kids. So maybe it's just people with kids that are just sick
Yeah.
like all
So
month long.
here's probably the question that people are gonna be wondering is why haven't you been posting recently?
Why haven't I been posting recently?
Yeah.
For like the last year.
Yeah.
I posted a couple times in the last year. Um, I don't know. Well, first I was moving. So I was like, well, I'm moving. And then when I moved here, then I was setting up a house because I didn't bring any furniture. So I had to buy furniture and, do all that stuff. And then I was like, okay, once I get that figured out and set up, then I'll do that. But then I was doing a housewarming. So then I was like, well, once I get through that,
Right.
I got through that. And then I just sat down to film. I was going to film another Tom McDonald reaction video.
Mhm.
I was like, here I go. And I filmed like the whole thing. And I didn't have any reaction. It was just me watching it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well. So then I tried this other video. I think I filmed like three different ones. And I just like
Didn't get
found
it.
that huh?
Didn't get them posted.
No,
Yeah.
they weren't any good and they weren't worth even editing. I think I edited one. I got it maybe halfway edited or all the way edited when
Yeah,
I was like,
editing is
this is
definitely
garbage.
like the hardest part to get through. And that's like with
Yeah.
mine too. Like I've been trying to do content and it's just like now I have to sit down and edit this. Like this would be really fun if it was just posted already. You got to edit it, and then while you're doing that, you're like, well, if I do it good enough, maybe it'll get views. And if I don't put any time into it, then why am I even doing this? So kind of
Because
a
nobody's gonna
tricky
watch
balance.
it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And also you got
And
demonetized, right?
yeah, that was a bit later though. I had already kind of stopped posting
But it wasn't.
anything.
It did not help because you were like kind of getting to the
No.
point where you should start making money, at least a little bit on the videos that don't have other people's content in them, and then
Yeah.
you they didn't allow you to get monetized, which kind of hurts.
Well, they don't, when you're monetized, they don't just send you regular paychecks. They wait till you meet a threshold of money and then they send you a check, I
Yeah.
think. I learned how this works from Ethan though, so don't quote me on
No,
this,
he's
anybody.
right. You have to make a certain amount. They don't send you like regular checks.
So I
So,
think
but
from what he
it just
said
probably
is you
doesn't
have to
help,
make,
right?
no, I think you have to make $100 and they send it to you. And I think I was like at $98 and they were like, oh, like, no, actually, you don't qualify and you're demonetized.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I hadn't posted any new videos. I
Right.
got
They're like,
since,
oh yeah, because they had you monetized for a second there.
yeah, so
Yeah.
that was really discouraging. Well, then, and also it was really hard because like the last big reaction video I had done got like 26,000 views. And then when
Yeah.
I'm filming and editing these like garbage reactions, I don't want to post them
Yeah.
because of how many views I got before. I just lost all interest in doing reaction videos, really, and editing.
Yeah.
And then I was super pregnant, and then I had a baby and a newborn, and now I just like editing is so hard with just all these kids, both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
So anyway, I'm really interested in getting into these lives because then no editing. So
I don't know if that's the right idea.
no, maybe not,
'Cause
but
I
I
don't
think
think
it'll
you
be
can really
interesting.
grow as a creator without editing. I mean, because people don't tend to like want to sit down and watch like unedited stuff because it's just a waste of their time.
Yeah, you have to be pretty popular. Nobody's gonna want to listen to me unedited. You
Yeah,
want to
because
come
we're
back on board, start editing videos for me again?
yeah, because I stopped editing for you when I went to college, and so yeah,
Yeah.
it's not as fun when you have to do it yourself, right?
You stopped editing for me before you went to college because football started, and you were like, peace,
Yeah.
like the next day. No
Well, I
warning
taught
whatsoever.
you how
You're
to
like,
edit. I'm like, no,
actually,
Abby, you can do it. I can teach you. And then you're like,
yeah.
no, I'm sure I can't. And then I'm like, you can. And then as soon as you learned, I'm like, finally, I can be done. Because I
Like,
was getting
yeah,
tired
you
of it.
learned.
Because
Peace.
personally, I have no passion for what you're doing, you know. So it's like, it's a tricky thing to do, you know, because
Yeah, I
it's hard.
wonder if editors feel that way in general. Maybe there's people who are passionate about editing enough that it doesn't matter what they're working on, they find it interesting.
Yeah, and that's kind of like I had kind of gotten into it, but then it's hard to do it. I don't know,
Yeah.
because I actually kind of enjoy editing my own stuff.
Well,
Um,
Jeremy and I were working on some videos together, and I spent a lot of hours actually editing that. So I think it's just that I lost interest in what I was
yeah,
doing
yeah, and
in
that's
music
yeah,
video reactions. Because we did this like whole review on Cinderella's, and we spent hours like doing all the different parts of it.
yeah,
And I edited that thing for days, and I loved it. And then, it still wasn't a very good video. Nobody watched it, but
yeah. That's too bad. I
you
have to
didn't
let
watch it
you.
either, did you?
I don't think so. Well, I watch most of your videos.
But it was a really long video. It's like an hour long or something like that.
Yeah,
About Cinderella. I couldn't get my own family members who watch most of my videos to watch it. I put so much time into it.
I do have to tell you, you're. I'm like trying to figure this out as we go, but I think that your video is like really delayed. And it's also pretty blurry. I don't know if that's like a Wi-Fi
Oh,
connection or
perhaps we have a storm here.
yeah. Oh, I can actually see you a lot better right now. I don't know. It just goes back and forth.
Do you think if I had a light, it would work better?
No, I don't think that's what it is. It's like it was like you could tell like the quality was like super pixelated for a minute there.
Oh, yeah, you're kind of coming in a bit pixelated to me, too. I think it's just our broadband isn't good. Is that the correct term? I think I know what broadband is.
Um, yeah, it just depends because broadband is like the width of how much Wi-Fi can pass through, not necessarily the speed that it passes through. So you do need like bandwidth,
Oh,
but you also need like a good speed. I think I don't really know.
well, they should
Yeah,
maybe angle it down because gravity will help it go faster.
what's your Wi-Fi speed?
How do you know something like that?
You can run a speed test if you just type like speed test into Google. It takes like 10 seconds and then it'll tell you
Oh,
how many megabits per second you get, which is a good indication of like that's just how much data it can move. And it'll have an upload and a download. So the download
what
is
do
like
I
when you're
search?
speed test.
Do you see what I'm looking at?
No, I can't. You can hit the share screen button if you want.
I did. Oh, oh, entire screen. Okay, window.
I wonder if there's a way for me to view if we have any viewers. Let me see.
Oh, it's not showing. Okay, I was like, here, I'm gonna share my screen and be all like cool, and then It didn't work.
Why is it not working?
I don't know. It's like it wouldn't let me click it through. So maybe it's because I don't
Um,
have this internet speed to handle it or something.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing you be pretty delayed too. Is your audio's not delayed though? Just the
Yeah, I
film.
feel like I'm having a lifetime conversation with you, but your video's 2, 3 seconds behind. I mean, we are in different
Yeah.
countries, so
Countries.
different states.
We're across the country from each
We're
other.
across the country from each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't actually think we're in different countries, I promise. Still the United States. We're still here.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah,
Well,
sweet.
how much time do you have left?
Probably another 7 to 12 minutes ish.
7 to 12 minutes. Okay.
See, we don't have anyone chatting
What
in the
did
chat.
What did you think about Tom McDonald?
I never really liked his stuff that much. Some of his songs are better than others, and his recent stuff has been okay. I don't really keep up with it.
Yeah. Honestly, I haven't been keeping up with it either.
I feel like his songs are really good, and then I just listen to him too much, and then I'm like, I don't know if I like this anymore. But I'm like that with all music. I move on really fast.
Mm.
I don't listen to the same artist for very long. But when I
What are
do
you
listen
listening
to
to
him,
now?
who am I listening to now? Um, a lot of good artists. I could pull them up here on stream.
We just watched a movie tonight called Popstar.
Yeah,
It's on HBO Max.
yeah.
Um, it has what's that guy's name? Is it Adam Sandberg? It
Yeah, Adam
had it
Sandler.
ha- no, it's not Sandler, not Adam Sandler. It's that other comedian, the one who's on Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, the Peralta?
Yeah, Peralta. He's the main actor in it, and it's they called it a mockumentary. It's like
Yeah,
they're
yeah, yeah.
pretending it's a documentary of this like pop star.
Is it good?
It's really funny. But his different rap songs, Jeremy kept saying, "Ah, it's Tom McDonald."
Oh, because they were making fun of him?
Yeah, that's what Jeremy thought.
Yeah,
I wasn't like 100% sure on it. I mean, they're making fun of a lot of stuff. Um, uh, they did have one song that was like, they might be making fun of like political independent like artists.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you asked, have you heard of Connor Price?
No, I
He's
haven't.
the very last artist that I listened to. I found him on TikTok.
Oh, you Zoomers finding your TikTok artists.
I know. He's good though. But you know
What
what's
kind of music is
interesting
it?
is I
Does he
actually
do
just
rap
recently
or
figured out
something?
what genre of music I listen to. For the
What
longest
is
time
it?
I didn't really know what genre I listened to. Because like people would ask me, "Oh, what kind of music do you listen to?" And I'm like, I don't know, the good stuff.
Stuff I like.
whatever whatever sounds good, you know? Because I've never been like into like music, pop culture or whatever. But
What is it? What's the genre you like?
it's hip hop.
Hip hop.
Yeah.
Nice. How did you learn that it's hip hop that you liked?
Well, I was like, oh, this is my favorite artist, and then it's like, oh, it's a hip hop artist. And then once I like kind of like, oh, is it hip hop I'm listening to? And then I realized like every song I listen to is hip hop, and I'm like, oh, that makes
Nice.
sense. And I do listen to like several different genres, but that's like the main one. It's interesting.
I can't tell with genres. Jeremy's always explaining it to me because when we were watching the mockumentary Popstar, they were starting one, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of a little like maybe a little bit country. Maybe they're making fun of more of a country artist." And he was like, "That's not country. That's hip hop." And I was like, "Oh, but like country's gotten really like
Yeah,
it's not like old country. It's like new country's kind of a little bit more pop." And to me,
yeah.
that's kind of sound anyway.
I think that's you can mix them like country pop is like its own genre. And
Yeah,
that's what
it's
I
kind of
thought.
like
I was like, I was thinking I was listening to pop music because some of the music I listen to is pop music, but the majority of it's actually more hip hop, which is interesting. I don't even know what hip hop was. It sounded like gangster music or something. I don't even know. Like in my brain, I was just like, what is that? It's like, oh, that's what I'm listening to.
right. It's what I listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like when Jeremy and I were dating, he was like, "Well, what kind of music do you listen to?" I remember it being a very serious conversation. It was like important to him,
Yeah.
and I was like, "I don't know. I've got all this different music I like. I don't like. I was a lot like you. Like I don't know what I like. I don't. We were kind of going through it, and then he was like, he didn't ask if it was hip hop that I liked. What did he ask? R&B, I think. He's like, "What about like
I
R&B?"
don't know
And
what that is.
yeah, I don't know. I remember I told him that I really liked this one song and I had it in my list and he was like, "Oh, okay, great." It was and that's what worked it out. So, um
Okay, you
it
pass.
was yeah, I passed with that song. Trying to the Put Your Records On that. Do you know that song?
Mm.
We used to listen to it all the time, but with the 10 years difference between us, it's like what
Yeah.
like us older kids were into, like you guys
Right.
kind of missed it. So,
Yeah.
trying to
Well, I do
remember
know
what
some songs you guys listen to because I remember from my childhood, but it was more like your
Oh yeah,
guys'
yeah.
high school
It was
days.
like, girl, put your records
Oh
on.
yeah, I know that song.
Tell me your favorite song. Yeah, that one. Jeremy was like, oh, okay, because he liked that same artist, and he was like,
Yeah.
good, okay, then our styles of music were compatible. But like
Yeah.
I do listen to some country, and he'd like never listened to country before, and so
Yeah, country, I don't know. Country's alright. But I do listen to a lot of different genres. Like, I do not really mind any genre. I'll listen to anything that's good, you know? So, like, the most popular music from
yeah,
any genre, I really like. And
yeah.
country's probably my least favorite genre. But I still do like some country songs.
I like like I mostly like old country songs. I don't like very many of the new ones.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Should we wrap this up then?
Oh, yeah, you gotta get going, huh? This was fun though.
Let me
Look at
double
us. We
check.
talked for,
We could probably talk for a lot longer, too.
yeah.
I don't know how this software works, but I don't think we have any viewers.
Yeah, software. If you go live directly on your computer onto YouTube, it's pretty easy and you can just see it right there. But once you add other people in and you start doing softwares, I feel like it gets really
Yeah,
complicated.
because like the YouTube, the default, you literally just go live with the camera. You can't do screen share. And to add you in, I have to go screen share because I have to video record you.
Oh, that might be why we're all kind of blurry. That's a lot to run.
No, it's not my computer. My computer's running it fine, and my internet's running fine. It's just a matter of our connection. So it's either my internet or your internet. My internet's pretty fast.
Yeah, well, when we were streaming earlier, it kept lagging on the stream.
Did you do that speed
Um,
test?
no, I didn't. So I was trying to screen share and I couldn't figure out how to do it.
Well, you can just do it and tell me the number. You don't need to screen share it.
Okay.
It just takes like 20 seconds. I'm just interested because then if it's like under 100, then it's definitely you. Not that that's like bad, but it can be tricky with video calling. It might have you like click a button that says run, and then it'll like take like 15 seconds.
Um, 27 ms. Is that a
Is it
download, upload? There's a ping number, a
MBS?
download number, and an upload number. Huh?
Yeah. Tell me all the numbers.
So ping is 27 ms, download is 573.28 mbps, and the upload is 253.28 mbps.
Oh, yeah, your Wi-Fi is pretty fast. Honestly, probably faster
All
than
of
mine.
all of those things mean something to you?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know what it is then. Because, I mean, I know that Jeremy works from home sometimes and he has to run a lot of stuff, so
Yeah,
I
because my
know that
download is 170, and your download's 500.
something like that, yeah. That's what the little thing said.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you're. I don't know. Maybe it's just Discord, or maybe it's just because it's video calling. I don't know. Maybe we can figure it out later. All right. Well, I'm gonna end the
Mhm.
live here.
Okay, bye guys.